opponent is 35-year-old Jim MacLellan of Sudbury, a miner who's been bowling for only 6 years. His first major competition. He's looking forward to it. A little bit nervous, he said, before the match got underway, but he loves it. So that's our match. Jim MacLellan of Sudbury against Pat Pinko, the champion of British Columbia. And it's Jim MacLellan all set to go. They shake hands. And they have been actually on the buddy-buddy system here. They've been getting along very, very well. Of course, bowlers, generally speaking, have a camaraderie that's a little unusual, isn't it? There are kibitzers.
You generally know your competitors pretty well. The fellows have been together for 2 days now, and Jimmy starts off pushing the ball out to the right a little bit.
He's a 5'11", 197. Big, strong, and just missed it out. Is that a backup he's throwing there?
No, he's throwing a ball that's almost straight.
Almost straight?
As straight as you can throw a ball. No ball rolls really straight.
On this side, it looks like it's turning back. But you got it this time? No. They're on the head. Well, he picked up 10 now. 10 in the first. Nice fella who went against a total of about 37 in his area in Sudbury before he qualified out of there, and he just loved it.
Well, it's Sudbury and the Northern Ontario area is littered with solid, top-notch competitors. Yes. So you've got to have something special to surface in that grouping. Pat Pinko is sport, really, is picking up his sticks, his spares, and he's certainly not afraid to look at those situations. So he throws strikes very well, but he's certainly not reluctant to look at picking all of the sticks that are on the left.
I like his delivery. I like the way he works it.
He's compact. Yeah. He's quite quick, but excellent lift on the ball, good follow-through.
Very calm as he looks down the alley there. And just missed that sweep in. Got the 2 and has the early lead here with 12 to 10, but a long way to go. And you mentioned about his delivery. You said that it was a little short, and here it is. Yeah,
well, it's compact, but excellent follow-through, good extension, right through the target.
And he's on the right lane now, and worked on the left side, and missing that slot. Players have had a trouble in the early going, really finding that groove is important. And you mentioned that either side is a groove. You don't always have to have it the same side.
Well, some of these bowlers are pocket shooters, but there's the half. He's got it rolling now.
Attaboy.
Something for Jimmy McLean to give a little thought to here.
Jim was born in New Waterford, Nova Scotia. Now lives in Sudbury, of course. And he's 35 years old. And we pointed out earlier that he's only been bowling 6 years, so he's come a long way, really, to get in this class competition in that short a time.
Oh, very much so. He certainly throws a nice, smooth ball. And I think in Jim's case, it will be just a matter of experience before we're seeing him on a very regular basis.
You know, he coaches, too. Missed that, unfortunately, but he coaches the Peewees in his area, the YBC Peewees. Yeah, so he's getting involved heavily.
He works with the Youth Bowling Council program at Notre Dame Bowl in Sudbury, and
he could use this. There he goes. So he cleans it up, gives him a total of 25 after 2, and he'll go to the other side and continue as we have this stagger system where they bowl 1 and then 2 on 2 lengths. Needs a fill here. Needs a strike or a spare to get him rolling. You got it here? Oh.
It was a very tough hit.
Looked like that ball. Side pin flew to the front of the corner and then back off.
The 3-pin skirts the corner on that particular shot.
So you see what happened to that pin on the left side. If it actually flies by that corner pin on the left, there's 1, 2. Yes, it does. Goes right by the front of it and out the back. So that's a bad break. He got it this time. Ball kicked back off. And it's coming the other way. It's on a one-way street coming towards it. How often does that happen?
That's a very unusual situation. I don't know what happened there.
It just hit the back pad and shot straight out. So, let's try it again. No, Well, that's one way to clear the channel, as you're calling
Clear
it.
that. That's
Clear the
right.
channel.
That's just a...
All right.
He will not be credited with that shot.
Doesn't count. It comes off the back pass. He gets it there. But he now has a total of 40 as he gets 15 in his third. So he jumps one end ahead of Pat Pinko, who comes in there with, well, he's working on a spare. He has 12 in the first, works on a spare in the second. And again, the idea here, because on a spare you get everything you can on the first ball, you want to get him in bunches there.
Very much so. He's got to be on the hedge there.
Yeah.
He has always got the right corner.
Little thin there, and they slid by on him. So he'll have to pick this up. But you pointed out that you need him in bunches, and he did. He's got a total of 13 there with his 15. He's now up to 40 in the second. And if he can get this one, he's still in business. And yes, out of here. There you go, Pat.
He's living up to his reputation to this
He's
point.
quite a guy, actually. You know, I talked to Pat about pressure and what a bowler feels, you know, if he feels any.
Well, I think the pressure of it is just trying to bowl well and keep your game on the middle, pick up your stuff, and that's really about it.
There's our score. Pat Pinko working on a spare in the third. He's now in his fourth, and he has the lead over MacLellan. As you can see, because he has 40 in the second, MacLellan has the same total in the third. Okay. Big one here, and looks good. Oh. The whole crowd goes, oh, including Pat. They've been on the pin, but a little too straight. So, again, he opens the door slightly to allow Jim MacLellan to stay in here and stay in the right. Gets the two on that side. You know, he looked like he was actually trying to spare that, because if he could get that 3-pin to do that spin and get over there, he has a chance.
Well, he may have been considering it. Basically, it's such a difficult shot to make. It's a very low percentage shot, so he'd be happy to get 15 here.
Yeah. I was going by the body English there. I thought, you know, he probably was thinking, hey, maybe I can do this. Okay. After 4, then it's 75, Al. Not really in their class at the moment. They should be higher, but again, in this type of bowling, there's a little pressure that may not allow you to be as loose as you'd like to be.
Oh,
Jim MacLellan.
head split.
Yeah, head split again. Wow.
Now, this shot is a spareable situation. Not a high percentage, but he can get that left 3-pin to move across to the right corner if he can hit inside.
See if he can do it. And no, he's trying.
Almost got the kick off.
Yeah. Well, pick up this 2, and he'll get 15 in this end. He's married. Wife Susan. They have a youngster named Cordell. He's 6 years old. All right. That's 15. He has 55 in the fourth and trails by 20. They're both in 4 now and going to 5. And MacLellan continues here. His highest game was 383, and his highest 3-game series was 950, which is very, very good. Never bowled a perfect game. Yet. Oh, he's having those problems, isn't he?
He's having his difficulty getting on track. He's placing the ball a little bit. There isn't good rotation on the ball, and
Al, when you talk about rotation for all our viewers, what are you specifically calling?
well, the ball really doesn't roll end over end, or at least you wouldn't want it to. You'd like it to bite into the rubber band and kick to the side.
Is his delivery, is it something in his actual grip?
You'll notice his follow through here, and he cut it off quite severely, which takes quite a bit of stuff off the ball.
Ah, right. Okay. Thanks for the tip, Al. And I'm sure that he will recognize that sooner or later and correct that. Bowlers are always working on that technique, aren't they? So he leaves the 2 3-pins there and goes to 64. And again, he's allowed Pat Pinko to jump up there and take the lead. He didn't count as many as he wanted, of course. He's only 64 at 5. It's not up to his caliber. He's a much better bowler than that. Averaging 237. And, oh, yeah. Pat Pinko, there's the big down the middle there. This big fella has that short backswing, as you pointed out, but a great follow-through, and he had the slot here. Look at that iron.
Excellent stroke. It's a good follow-through, ball well out onto the lane.
A little body English?
Very much so. He's into it.
Oh, yeah.
And one of Pat's major achievements is a fantastic 1104 three-game series he threw 2 years ago.
Wow.
That's a 368 average over those for each of those 3 games.
That's unbelievable.
Fabulous score.
Perfect game of 4-5-0.
However, he won't be too happy with that shot that he just pulled.
He can salvage some here, though, by sparing. Get the full count on his strike. And strike in the 5th. And, yeah.
Oh, he's got the stick.
That's good. All right. So that gives him a total of 105 in the 5th and a spare in 6. Jim MacLellan all set to go now as he tries to catch up. He is coming up to his 6th with just 64. From here on in, Al, he really must count.
Well, he's
start to go.
just about running out of time.
Important to him, and yeah, there it is. A little heavy, but he got the break there, and they all went down. And fans here giving him a good hand. They know he's been heading it, having some problems, but he's all right. A little relief there.
He gets the ball out, actually not badly onto the lane, but a little quick hit, but the pinfall was excellent.
Worked. So he has a strike now in 6. And, you know, I asked Jim before the match if playing for a large purse actually changed his approach to the game. Here's what he said.
Well, for me, it doesn't change my approach because I try to bowl in the same spot at all the time. So I've never bowled for a purse before, so this is the one for me.
Very honest guy. Never bowled for the purse before. He'd love to get by this first round. He said earlier that he would love to get by, but he wants to give a good account of himself. He's trying very hard. There's a double. Yeah, okay. Well, the competitive spirit is showing there. He's got 2 strikes to work on. He's happy. Look at him.
He's certainly back in the match.
Yeah. All right. How's the delivery on that?
This is just about a perfect hit, actually. And
the left side of that head pin, nice and firm. Spreads everything out. So, Pat Pinko now is in his 7th, working on a spare. Oh! We got that one that's tilted and caught.
Got the chop.
Yeah. That chop is almost like a free life there, isn't it? He was looking at a head, and suddenly he's got a chance for a spare, and he gets a good count on his spare.
That shot could be worth, that pin is following there. It could be worth as much as 17 points.
Yeah. Got it. Got the spare. He's staying alive and doing very well with those spares. 2 in a row. He's had 4 spares and a strike so far in this game. And on the other side, where Jim MacLellan of Northern Ontario is posting his score, he started very slowly after 5. He didn't have a fill. And then suddenly he got 2 strikes in he's holding his own right now.
Oh, it's a good ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Off the backside and that's it. He's up to 160 in the 7th. And a strike to work on. Watch this pin on the right side, Al. It just kicked back off the side and got him.
Off the right kick back.
Yeah. There you go. Bang, bang. Nice work. Okay. So there you see is the 160 for Pinko after the 7th, plus a strike in the 8th. But look at this. MacLellan has 2 strikes.
It's the kind of bowling we anticipated from these fellas.
Got it. All right. Yeah. The bowlers refer to that as a turkey. Okay. Take a look at this.
He's been really pounding the middle of that head pin. He's thick again with real good stuff on the ball, and it moves over very well for him.
Okay. He's still continuing here, and boy, he's looking good at the moment. Can he get another one? No. Just pulled it a little. And on 3 strikes, he now moves up to 144 in the 7th, but it's still a game. Still a good game here. He trails by 16, actually, in the 7th, although they're playing in the 8th. All right.
Oh, he left the corner.
Yeah, right there. That takes away his spare chance. And 172 in the 8th. He was going good. Just great there, actually, with 3 straight. And then suddenly, nothing. He was counted 13. And as he clears the channel here, he just wants these 2 more to add to his score. You know, that really could have been the devastating end for him, depending on what Pat Pinko does.
Well, it
He's got one
certainly
more.
did hurt him.
Yeah.
He had to have a mark pretty much in there to keep the pressure.
All right. That's MacLellan after 9. You know, if a bowler in this competition runs the perfect score of 450, he will win this beautiful television set. It's the Sony Carling O'Keefe Perfect Game Award. It's a magnificent piece of furniture, and it's carved, hand-carved, a large television screen, has the remote, does just about everything, stereo sound, and that's for the man who can bowl a perfect game.
Left corner.
Pat Pinko in the 9th left that corner pin on a strike, and he can spare here. I don't see what MacLellan can do to get back in it. He does. 190 then in the 8th, plus a spare, and they each have 1 end remaining. And Pat Pinko will continue on here because he'll finish off on the right lane as they bowl 2 in a row. And a man from Prince George, who was born and raised there, is in the driver's seat here. Particularly, you can get a mark in it.
This can end the match.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Now, things have changed. There's the split. What are the chances on sparing that, Al? What would the odds be?
It's very remote, really. He can only do it if he gets the pin to cross over. If he picks both of these pins...
Oh, he got it. Oh, he did that. How about that? Incredible. Let's take a look at that again. It's possible, but it came back off the back rack. Let's look at this. It's a very, very rare happening. We needed the spare. Now watch it hit here. Al, what happened there?
Gets a real good kickback off of the pit cushion, back onto the deck, and of course...
There it comes. Oh, incredible spare.
That, of course, closed the door on
Yeah.
Jimmy McLean. Had he not done that, McLean would have had a chance of winning 232 to 231 with 3 strikes in the 10th. So
isn't that something? He must be very happy about that because, as you said, it was a rarity, but you saw it with your own eyes. Oh, he didn't get a big count on that.
he's got enough.
3, but he has enough, right? A total of 2, 3, 4, Pat Pinko, and that's fair. We'll put that down in the record books and have it on our file so that we can show the many bowlers that it actually can happen, because a lot of people don't believe it. 234 as you look at the scoreboard. And yes, sir, Jim MacLellan still fighting. He's actually getting the hang of things. He's struck now a total of 4 times in the last 5 ends.
He's throwing really quite well.
Yeah. Get over there. All right.
The scores really haven't indicated how these 2 fellows are bowled in this game, but it's been very close and very exciting.
Certainly has. I'm just wondering, how he feels about his game, because he said he wanted to give a good account of himself, and I think he has, because he started very slowly, and yet look how well he came back there with 4 out of 5 in the last end.
Very much so.
Yeah. Counted 5, and now see what he can pick up here on that strike. Another 5. He gives him 25 to add. He's over the 200 mark at 212. And so, we look at that scoreboard, a fairly close game. The last 2 or 3 ends there made the difference, and certainly that spare by Pat Pinko.